Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Buenos dias.
Buenos días, buenas noches. I don't know what is saying buenos días. It's already noche. Dobre niche, for those of you who speak Russian. Hello, everyone. And we were in here last week. We took a personal day off in memoriam of my daughter. And eventually, we're going to have a special show. We have friends. But here we are to another exciting welcome to Tweed Talks out there. If you have not signed up to our YouTube, make sure you click down on the bottom there.
None of that was correct. None of it. You guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, please click the bell to receive notifications and click the red subscribe, please.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You were close. You were like 67% there.
Today I'm feeling kind of silly. I just worked out with the girls. Getting ready for state, and they don't seem to be nervous about it or worry about it.
Yeah, but the day of.
Yeah, but the day of, then they start to worry. I got to tell you. So you were shooting a commercial with your company, and you had Coach Melissa and Earl.
Oh, an ad. We shot. Yes.
And me, I have to make some rice and bean for the crew.
Yeah.
I didn't have to make. I just kind of expected now that I'm going to make rice and bean for the crew. And Coach Melissa and Earl brought some of that rice and bean over to, I believe it was Kingston. They went afterwards.
Well, they went after, yeah.
And this past month we've been talking about food, and for those of you don't be misled, because this young lady has done more than just food. So when we talk to her, we're going to talk about other things as well. But Melissa told me that she gave me a little taste of my rice and said, "Oh, this is authentic." And she told me, "You will love to have these people on the show."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, what do they do?" And she started to tell me, so.
And it went along with our theme.
It went along with the theme for this month, and so here we are.
I almost said this month, and I realized that we are still in April. We're not in May yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
still in April.
The days get away from you. Let's read a comment. Someone posted a comment. We got a few people watching. Guys, when you come in, please make sure you say hello. Hi, Dee. Welcome.
Hello, Dee. How are you?
If you guys are watching, say hey in the comments. Let us know that you're here. If you are here watching our guest, make sure you let her know that you are here by typing into the comments and say hello.
That is correct. That's correct. And besides that, then how I like to do research, and I started looking. So I went on her Facebook, and I noticed that a lot of our friends, of our actors friends, are her friends. So we had that in common.
Oh, lots of mutual friends. Mm-hmm.
So if you like uh, Caribbean food, and I know that you do, because people are always asking me to make that Caribbean food. Um, this is the show.
I love that you can say Caribbean food and it encompasses
A
so
lot of
many
things.
different
A lot of things.
cuisines. Because we'll say Caribbean food and then you'll make from Dominican
Dominican
Republic
Republic,
and then you
Cuba,
yes, it
yeah,
just encompasses so and
Jamaica.
each I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm losing the word right now. Each culture,
Uh-huh.
each culture
Uh-huh.
has its own either spices or way of doing things because they can be like, oh, what are you making? And I'll say I'm making a picnic shoulder roast, and I always use the Puerto Rican recipe that I found online. So I make the
What? You don't use the Dominican?
no, I don't. So, but then you'll make your Dominican style rice and beans, and then you have
Well,
like Jamaican cuisine, and it's just how I love how it's so different and eclectic.
okay. So what you're saying? But if I make it, wouldn't it be Dominican?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
hmm
I know what you're saying though. The
yeah.
Dominican recipe. Um, so she does a lot more than that. Well, she's in the uh, she's in the green room. Now I'm gonna
Our virtual green room.
the
Yep.
green room. Yes, and we see you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show some pictures, and
Okay.
then we're going to bring her on.
Oh, I'm gonna get hungry.
Okay, so this is, and when we bring her on, now this is some of the products at her company.
Oh, look at the look.
You see that? Look at
I
that.
want to know how she got the perfect avocado for that
Oh,
photo.
we're going to ask her.
Because we can never manage to buy the perfect. It's either too soft and we have to make guacamole that day, or it's too hard and we got to put it in a paper
Uh-huh.
bag, put it in a dark closet, and let it sit for 17 days. So
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know what the trick is.
What the trick? Okay, there's something else that, well, we're going to bring her up because I think I'm going to play this video. And I cut this video because for time we cut the video, but we're gonna bring her on.
Mm-hmm.
It's Cheers. Hello,
Hello, hello, good evening.
welcome to Tweed Talk.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Tamika, it's so nice to virtually meet you.
So, listen, it is such an honor to virtually meet you as well because I did not know when I came on here that you guys were the ones who made the rice and beans, and it was fantastic.
Oh,
So, I have to say, it was definitely beautiful because it was truly authentic. So,
And let me
okay.
just total disclaimer: it was not you guys who made the rice and beans. He did because I don't
oh,
make I don't make it at all.
I say all the time, my husband is a much better cook than I.
Oh
So,
Really?
wow!
by
I mean, I'm
far.
still I'm a better cook than he is, but I leave the rice and beans to him.
The pork roast.
Yeah,
And
the shoulder roast.
yeah, when I started telling her how to do it, and now she's better than me. No doubt better than me. So she always make the pork roast. The
So, are you in the
the meat.
restaurant right now?
I am. I am in the restaurant right
I was
now.
gonna say that's a fancy wall you have in your house.
Yes. Yes. I'm at the restaurant. It's been a long day of we haven't been open, but it's been a long day of orders and to do.
Oh.
So I am here. I'm ending my night with you guys, which is wonderful.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for that.
Are you guys typically closed on Mondays?
Yes. So we're open Thursday through Sunday after 3 p.m. typically. And we do have a lot of different events that we also host throughout the week. So the space is very multifaceted and always in use. So
Wonderful. Welcome, Martin, to Tweed Talks. Come on in. You can unmute your mic and say
There you
hello.
go.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I'm
Welcome
super
to the
good.
show.
Welcome to the
Thank
show.
you so much. It's an honor to be a part of this, and we greatly appreciate the invite.
Oh, awesome. One of the things that, and I'm already thinking ahead for next year. I'm thinking because we do in February we do the couple show
Oh, for Valentine's
for
Day.
Valentine's
Okay.
Day.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
Okay.
what I'm really interested, I'm surprised that we haven't stopped at your restaurant.
Mm.
Because we go a lot. My wife films there a lot.
Well,
Kingston.
if I'm working in Kingston, it's usually like 11 o'clock at night when when I'm leaving. So I know that's pretty late. But I think we have to make a just a special day for us to stop in and have some lunch or something.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
you
well,
never know, we might be open. We do a lot of late night, parties and live music and
Oh,
bands and all sorts of things. So,
Yeah.
live music.
hmm
That's that's awesome. So where are you from, Martin?
Well, I'm from the. I was raised in the Bronx. My family's from Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
Kingston and Portland, respectively. And I've been upstate New York. I've been upstate New York over 20 years now. So,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, we've been up here for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Tamika?
oh, I'm originally from the city as well. But
Uh-huh.
I've lived in about 16 different states, including Hawaii and
Wow.
Alaska. So very multifaceted. Always come back to the Hudson Valley though.
And,
oh, nice,
uh,
nice.
and did you guys meet up here
Yes. Yep.
upstate?
Yes.
New Paltz.
New Paltz.
New
Yeah.
Paul.
Were you going to school there?
Nope.
Huh?
No, 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 no.
Oh, this is an interesting story already.
Very
Oh my.
Well, I don't know if we should tell you now. We should probably wait till you invite us to your Valentine's one. I don't know.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
going to do that. We're going to
okay.
do that.
I really want you to tell us now, but we'll wait. We'll wait because it seems like it's a
Whenever,
really good story.
whenever you need me to tell you, it's a very unique story, but
Mm.
it's one that's rooted in destiny, I guess you can call it.
When did you start with the food business?
So I was before my wife and I got married. I was doing food 3 to 4 days a week, depending on what my schedule varied. The
Mhm.
days that I was off, that's when I was actually selling food, and I did have a following locally that I was delivering to, and just I was kind of just blindly doing it just out of ambition. Um,
Mhm.
always wanted to do something on my own, and then as it should be, when my wife and I, when we got married,
Mhm.
everything just took off. She was the missing piece. She was the missing piece to make it
The
all
missing piece.
work. Yeah.
So you
That's
guys started the food business. Is it 2014 together? That's when you started it.
So
So officially, I would say officially. Let's just say
Okay.
officially. Again, I was doing it as a novice, so I was just ambitiously doing it myself, and I had no idea, no guidance, didn't know regulations, didn't know this, I was just doing it, and I
Oh.
babies and fools, so
Mhm.
God was taking care of me at that time. I didn't get in no trouble, but
Ah,
when my wife and I got together, and I met my mentee, I'm sorry, my mentor, and kind of learned the manufacturing aspect of things and how to kind of put business together. And I was able to grab that information, and my wife grabbed that information, and we took off from there. So yeah, to answer that question, around 15, around 14, 15, something like that.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
What do you have to add to that, Tamika?
So you had asked, how we had met or where we had met. But I'm going to say that our first official date, and he always gets on me about this, but our first official date, he had brought me a plate of food that he had cooked, and it was curry chicken and white rice and mixed
Why not?
vegetables. And so he said I did not say this out loud. I still disagree about that, but I knew I was going to marry him. I knew I was going to marry him off of the plate. I was like, okay, that's it. Deal is done.
Huh?
I love
Sealed the
that.
deal. So, So that was what really launched the food business, because I was like, oh, this is too good.
This is good. Everybody else should share that.
Everybody
Wow,
has to enjoy this.
from one plate of food. I love that. And so how did you guys decide how you would set yourselves apart? Because I know you guys do a little bit more in your business. And it was my mother calling. I know you guys do stuff a little bit differently. You guys have a lot of community outreach. How did you guys decide that you were going to do that?
Yeah, so Seasoned Delicious Foods is the parent company, essentially. We would have no Seasoned Gives, which is our nonprofit organization, without Seasoned Delicious Foods going through every trial and tribulation it seemed that was known to man. We chose one of the hardest industries to get into, which is food product manufacturing for acidified food products. So things that are like, hot pepper sauces and vinegars and jams and jellies. So we chose one of the harder industries to get into. And we realized that when we initially did the Curbing Carnival, and my husband came up with that idea to do the Curbing Carnival in Saugerties to kind of give homage back to the community that supported us. We didn't realize how common the struggles that we were facing are for so many entrepreneurs, especially women and entrepreneurs of color. And so we just don't, it's not even that there isn't the information. It's that it's very difficult to filter through all the over information in the information age, and who's right and who's wrong and what's best and all that stuff. So it's not even that it's a lack of information, it's a lack of access to it. And so Seasoned Delicious Foods did this.
The sound went off first.
Tamika, your sound went off. Did she? No, she's not muted.
No, she's not muted. Your sound went off for a second. Can you hear us?
I don't think she can hear you.
Oh, okay.
She went out.
She went out.
Come back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
She couldn't hear us for a second.
Okay. Well, you have a couple comments. Let's just see. I know one. I only posted one. Melissa is on. She says hello. Hey, Sabrina. Welcome to
Tweed
Talks. Welcome, you guys. Hey, Daryl. I think she lost the sound. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, the sound was lost. But
yeah, Tamika should be
coming
back in momentarily. So Melissa Moreno, for the other guests, for the other viewers, she is the one who connected the dots and.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, there you go. Oh.
This meeting happened. Okay, so let's add her. Wait, hold on.
She popped in, yeah.
She popped in and then went back out. So if you guys are just joining us, we are talking to Tamika and Martin Dunkley. They are the owners of Seasoned Delicious Foods Lounge in the Hudson Valley. Okay, so Tamika is back on, so we're going to go ahead and
there you go.
All right, she's back. Okay, Tamika, go ahead. You can finish your thought.
I am so sorry. I got totally derailed and distracted. So
you were going to
Seasoned Delicious Foods, as well as Seasoned Gives, kind of fostered the thought process to create this center where not just we can house a co-packing facility and a space where entrepreneurs who went through the same or are going through the same thing that we're going through can help to amplify themselves, but something that we can be in one place, Martin and I, and split ourselves in 8 different directions, so to speak, to kind of navigate all of it. And it's been, an amazing experience now, a decade later, which is crazy.
Wow.
And I'm going to play a video, and then we're going to come back to you. And it's a video with you.
Family need food. Everybody need food.
Come back in 3 months is what they told me when I was 17 years old, and I reached out for help from multiple governmental agencies, multiple nonprofits. Despite being more than qualified on paper, I was too young to receive any type of services. They shut doors at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and even though the single mom is working 2-3 jobs, and doesn't get off but for an hour or two between the hours of 9 and 11 p.m. They're not available. They can't speak the language, but they look good on paper. And so when I found myself walking through the aisles of the grocery store with my child and a piece of fruit and that 35-cent ramen noodle, I decided that I was going to shift my paradigm and my narrative. My organization that I have now founded many moons later addresses these insecurities and these systematic injustices and the gaps in the system. I make sure that despite the suffering and the struggle that we may go through as an organization, we can provide for them. Grassroots organizations like my own and so many others, their stories are not unique. There is a system and it has loopholes, and we all know that. So why don't we just address those loopholes through funding for grassroots organizations and changing the stipulation, prioritizing connection to community, prioritizing justice, prioritizing those who represent the mission that is being written into legislation.
Say that grassroots organizations are some of the most powerful and effective ones out there, because those people are so willing to hit the ground every single day, and that's what their lives are dedicated to. So we applaud you guys. We applaud you guys.
Thank you so much. It's funny because when you see yourself on interview, you're like, oh my gosh.
You don't know what's coming.
But it's that really brings a synopsis as to why we even got into the food industry, and so much of the work that we're doing today is to address so many gaps. People don't understand how huge it is to have a Black owned co-packing facility or a multi-use facility, period, or to own a facility, a space. People don't understand how important representation is. And I will never think that I can do it unless I see it many times. And it takes a very huge community to get done some of these impacts that we've been able to do and let's see, Season Gives was established in 2019 officially, and we got our 501c status in 2020. So we've only known COVID, and that's been a whole thing.
Wow.
Yes. So
props for that. So many businesses started during COVID.
Yes.
So anyone that's lasted, like my hat is off to you. That is so amazing. Like who opens a business during like a pandemic, but they are thriving and lasting, and oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
Only crazy people, and we're crazy enough that we decided to open up not just one business, but open up a storefront during COVID. So that was the complete oxymoron.
Oh my gosh.
A few people that we talked to here, because we started this during the pandemic. Wow. We started this trying to help people to keep moving, to exercise and things like that. Because we heard people saying, oh, we're going to get fat and we're going to go on this. I said, no, learn how to cook, learn how to play the piano, learn how to do something.
He started this because he was bored and he didn't have a job at the time. The gym was closed down, so he needed something to do, and here we are. June 4 years later. Yeah.
But we have found that through this, like you doing, we have helped a lot of people. We get a lot of messages saying, "Oh, thank you, for," and not so much us, but the guests that we bring in, and they inspire other people to do things, So we applaud you for that. And when Melissa was talking to me about it, I said we definitely got to get them on sooner than later. Yeah. So like we have a list of people that are coming. But then I said, no, my wife wanted to finish this with food, but as you saw in the video, you do more than food. You community outreach, and that I think that's very important.
Let's drop the address of the storefront right now. Go ahead. You guys can drop the address right now.
So we are at 11 Lowmeyer Lane in Lake Katrine, New York, 12449. And we're right outside of Kingston. You can't miss us. We are literally the road in between where Kingston meets Lake Katrine. So.
And they have a website that you could go to, and let me show you some of these photos here, so to see.
Are we showing more food photos?
And
the avocado. The avocado photo.
Is that
give credit to my husband? My husband, he knows how he took the photo, and he knows how to choose a good avocado. That's for sure.
Oh, wow. Okay. Martin, he's not on mute anymore. Martin, tell us your secret.
What's the
secret to picking the perfect avocado?
Perfect avocado.
Oh my God, the perfect avocado. It's almost so. If, as Caribbean people, I think that we are notorious for doing everything the wrong way and it coming out perfectly. Right? So, when people ask me what's the recipe, I could not tell you what the recipe is. I've learned
a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
My mother. I give all thanks and praise to my mother who she dragged me along while she was shopping and showed me how to pick out, food and put things together and experiment and, to be fearless in the kitchen. So if I gave you a direct answer, I would be lying to you.
It's just a feeling, right? You just feel it in your soul.
It's just the Caribbean way. I think it's just
but they say that we Caribbean could make a wrap taste good. We just take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of dough, a little bit of sazon. There you go.
Yeah.
And how about this right here?
Oh wow.
That was like a brunch? What are
I think I took that from your. I think that was a brunch. I took that from your.
Salmon. Yeah, I like a nice salmon on brunch.
Yeah.
And that's one of your products right there.
That's one of our products. Yeah. That's our mango tango.
Mango tango.
Okay, I just want to let you guys know that I don't eat any other hot sauce besides Frank's Red Hot.
Oh,
so I need some convincing. I need some convincing to pick up some hot sauce. So we're gonna have to stop by.
So first of all, so the first thing we have to get established is that I know this is your show, but you're cursing on your show. So saying saying Frank Red Hot, that's a curse word. That's a curse word for us. Okay, but this is what I'm gonna offer you. If you guys come down, I don't know how close you are to us, but if you come down, especially we're going to be reopening on Thursday through Sunday. If you come down, I will definitely have you do a taste of all our hot sauces. I guarantee you that you will like our hot sauce better.
Okay.
Guarantee.
Okay. We're going to take you up on that offer.
See, look, another one, Earl is saying, hey.
It's my brother right
there.
Hey, Earl. So you guys have 3 different food brands, right? You have your seasoned authentic Caribbean foods. You have the what is it, AFYA, the Power Health Foods?
AFIA.
So that's AFIA. That's AFIA.
It's a word, AFIA. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean?
So it means life and health.
There you go.
So, and then Above Earth Foods.
Yes, Above Earth Foods. That's also another brand that's owned by the Seasoned Delicious franchise. So we own several brands. Seasoned Delicious Foods owns Seasoned, the Mama Blossom line of products, which is obviously that's dedicated to my mom. Then we have the Above Earth line of products, which is the Artisan line of products. That comes with preserves, jellies, spreads, so on and so forth. And then we have the Afia Power, which is our beverage and our snack line. So all of our products is dedicated to health and wealth, right? And we diligently source our products to make sure that you're getting the best and the healthiest ingredients in our products. So if you notice all the names to our companies, they're very unique, but but they spell exactly what we're trying to say. And we
That's
want to focus, we want to kind of focus more on getting people on the track of eating healthy things. Now,
right.
what makes us different is that we could make things that normally kids don't want to eat taste good. So that's
Oh,
so that's the
but
trick to it, you know?
another thing that you have is that so my wife is gluten free,
Mm-hmm.
and your products are gluten free.
Mm-hmm. The Mama Blossom line of products.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the Mama Blossom line of products is not only is it gluten free, but it's vegan. So we don't we
Vegan
don't
too.
we don't use butters, or we don't use any milk products, any animal products in that line of products.
And it
That's pretty
tastes good.
amazing. And it tastes good. That's pretty amazing.
Right.
I'm. What time y'all close? I'm just kidding.
They close today.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
They close today.
Mm-hmm.
So the Afia Power products, those are power foods. It's a healthy snack line, you said, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing here it says it's healthy snack foods and root-based products.
Yeah.
Yes.
So our teas, we also have our grape juice underneath that line. So things like that, mostly drinks and snacks on the go things.
Okay, on the go.
So what does online sales look like for you guys? Are you selling online or is it all in the storefront?
Yeah, it's both. It's a beautiful combination. We're on multiple different platforms. We also, we sell on Amazon. We sell via our website, and that's the beauty of COVID is that we were just a little bit ahead of the curve when it came to online orders. We had restructured in January of 2020
Mm-hmm.
and to a mostly online model from being in a lot of different stores. And it was the best thing we could have done, honestly. That's why we were able to open up our
How
storefront.
crazy is that?
That's pretty crazy, right?
I
So we
like
were
it.
able to raise enough capital to do that.
Wow, wow, wow.
So what store
Drop
are
the,
you in?
I'm gonna drop the website.
SeasonDeliciousFoods.com.
That's easy.
Very easy.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Are you said, did you say that you are on stores, on different stores?
Yeah, so we're in mostly Taste New York stores from anywhere from New York to Puerto Rico. We're in Taste New York stores. So if you're in PR, come and grab a
Oh,
bottle of our hot sauce.
are
Nice.
you
Um,
are you in Aruba yet?
in Aruba, no, but when uh, in 2019, just before the pandemic, Martin and I went island hopping all throughout the Caribbean, and we left a bottle of hot sauce in certain like key places to develop some trades, and it actually worked in a couple of places, but we were like, oh my goodness, how do we still do business and do business in the Caribbean?
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, we just went to Aruba last year.
Mm.
It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do with my book too. I go into the bookstore,
Right.
and I go on all the search engine, and I look for my book, and then I leave it like that. I leave it off.
It's
That's
a good
brilliant.
prop. It's a good beach prop. The umbrella,
Hey,
the chair, and the book to watch you. Not
That's right.
not for you to read it, for the book to watch you, right?
yeah.
Oh
That's
my
me.
God.
That is me.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming up next? Usually my wife asks that question.
You can ask it. It's okay.
So this weekend we have a poetry showcase on the 4th.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. We have a poetry showcase on the 4th. On the 4th. From the moment we open on Thursdays, we typically do theme night So we have music playing in the background, whether it's soul, neo soul, jazz, classical, stuff like that. We also have a lot of events following May. We have open mics pretty
Mhm.
much every weekend. We also have a comedy show that's coming up on the 31st, the end of May, which that's going to be a really big deal. We're
Mhm.
having talent and friends coming to
Talent. The
yeah,
comedian?
yeah, the comedian talent is
Yeah.
going to be there. Yeah,
So funny.
yeah,
I've seen him live before locally, and he's
yes,
so
yes.
good.
So he's coming to our establishment. He's really excited. His team of comedians are really excited. We're excited. Just for FYI, this is pretty much our rebranding, going to a lounge because we were a full restaurant.
Okay.
So the outreach that we've gotten, the feedback that we've gotten, there's incredible excitement about what we're bringing to the community, and just giving a nice professional crowd and a more laid back setting for individuals to come and just enjoy. So um, it's been a blessing for me and my wife, and we're really excited about this coming summer. We have a
That's
lot of
oh,
exciting things
I
coming down.
know. I love that. I
that
love
sounds
love
so.
that lounge thing.
Yeah, another thing that you also have guest chef, right? So
Mhm.
that you
Say that
have guest
again.
chef that
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes. So one of our new concepts is that we're going to have a rotating menu. So
So
hmm
from
cool.
so from week to week, we're gonna, it could be Spanish themed this week. It could be Jamaican themed next week. We have that. We do have a list of incredible chefs that are looking forward to taking over some days and taking over some weeks, and
Hmm.
really bringing their flavor to Seasonlicious Foods. We're really excited about that new concept, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I mean, it kind of gives me and my wife a moment to kind of not be in the kitchen ourselves too. So
Yeah, I mean, you deserve it. You deserve a break.
yeah.
Let somebody else do the
yeah,
work.
But
So we're gonna hop over to a question from Daryl.
it's a
Tamika, you
thing.
wanna take that? Well, he's asking about could you recommend a good
Oh, okay.
sampling of hot sauce?
Hi, Daryl. I think I would recommend the 14 carat because that is the original. That's the OG sauce.
The
So that is the
oh,
Oh,
first. Yeah, that's the original, the 14 carat.
14
So that
carats.
would be my recommendation, or Orchard Delight, which is our, made from all New York apples, of course, and one of our best sellers as well. So those are my two recommendations.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you like it really, really hot, then double burner. And
mm.
I'm sure you know why we call it
That's
double
not
burner.
me.
The old can't take that anymore.
Yeah.
So Ray is a transplant from the city as well. He's new to the area, but he lives all the way down that way. But I know Ray is a kind of a foodie himself.
Right.
So Ray, I know someone responded to you and said it's Lake Katrine, which is it's the next, basically the next
It's
hamlet
the
over.
same. Yeah. Pretty
It
much.
actually used to be Kingston. So the previous owners literally had an act of Congress to change the address. So
Oh,
Oh,
Oh yeah.
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 Oh yes. So it used to be 10 years ago it was Kingston. It is
Yeah.
no longer Kingston, but that's how close to
Okay.
Kingston we are.
Okay.
okay, that is good to know. Lake Katrine. Yeah, Lake. I've been to Lake Katrine a couple of times. Very cute area. Very cute.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did we hit the two? We did. We got those
Yeah.
questions. So what made you guys want to focus on like the health aspect? Because I'm just reading here. It says that the products are vegan and heart healthy. Was it something in particular as the reason why you guys went sort of in that direction?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Baby. Do you want me to go?
Martin has always, I'm going to say Martin because not necessarily myself, but he's always been really health conscious. And I became more so when I was, I am a registered nurse by trade, and I was managing the cardiac critical care unit over in St. Peter's Hospital in Albany. And I would see people come in and be admitted for 3 weeks sometimes just because they wanted to have a beer and wings because of their heart issues. And so obviously sodium is a big piece of it, amongst other things. And so a lot of research and development went in to make things that were palatable to try to prevent folks from actually being readmitted in the hospital. Okay, well, you can have the wings if they're, not high in sodium, and then put this hot sauce instead of the Frank's Red Hot, which is mostly sodium. Go ahead and look at the label, where we use Himalayan salt and a very, very minute amount of it in our hot sauces. And then we have obviously seasoning blends with very low sodium or with no salt at all. And so that's really something that is very fundamental and a huge foundation of seasonalicious foods, and both my principles and my husband's.
Listen, I eat healthy too. I only have the hot sauce every now and then, okay?
I had to get you somewhere.
You
I
have
had
to
to get
switch
you
over.
somewhere.
No, don't hold back, Tamika. She got to switch over.
I am totally for that because I
Jesus.
love a good spice and seasoning with spices and peppers, onions, and garlic as opposed to salt. So
Yes.
we're gonna make a trip over there.
And she's a Christian because
So can I just touch a little bit more on what my wife was explaining so beautifully?
Absolutely.
So, one of the things that we spend a lot of time on is really picking and choosing ingredients, and I think that because certain health issues kind of hit close to home. My my mother had hypertension runs in my family, diabetes run in our family, and as far as us universally, these health diseases, what they're doing is they're decimating our community.
Yep.
They're really decimating our community. And again, one of many reasons why me and my wife have such harmony is because obviously, she focuses on the Western medicine side of things, and I've always been focused on the homeopathic side of things.
Okay.
And and by no means I always submit to her when it comes to health and stuff like that. I ask her everything, but I do know that there's a lot of ingredients that we make sure that's in our products that actually do something good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that it's something that separates us from the pack. I don't really know, even in doing our research, I don't know too many companies that intentionally will put, say, sage in their products because they know that sage will help blood flow and detoxification. I don't know too many companies that will deliberately choose rosemary because it's a natural antioxidant. It's a natural you understand what I'm saying? So
I totally understand.
So we specifically every single ingredient, and believe me, my wife will attest, we've had some really tough conversations at tables because just being headstrong on certain ingredients that we want to have in there. But we came out with what we consider the perfect product. So I just wanted to explain that.
That's such a post Daryl's comment. Daryl just left another comment. He said, I agree. That's an awesome competitive advantage. And that is so true because you said yourself that you've been doing research and you haven't found many companies.
I have not.
That are purposely picking products to that are not going to harm you.
Well, actually, I mean, what companies are doing, and this is just an educational piece, companies are more picking ingredients that will have the product be more sustainable to get to the consumer. So they'll put more salt in it, or they'll put more X in it because they know it'll become more shelf stable, but they understand that in putting that product in there, it's going to raise your sugar by X amount, or it's gonna boost your sodium by X amount. You understand? So they're compromising the health of the consumer for dollars, and
Right.
we refuse to do that.
You know, you said something that about that is more blood flow, and which is something that is very important because stagnation means death, circulation means life.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And a lot of people don't realize, you know, like one of the things, I'm a Tai Chi teacher. So I teach Tai Chi.
I
And
practice.
all we talk about that wherever there's blood, there's chi. But
Yes,
if the blood is not moving, then that means that that is stuck.
yes,
But it's not just moving. You
right.
know, the way that you're approaching it is with the food, which
Yeah,
is also necessary. And a lot of people don't realize that. You got to have that marriage of moving and eating right. And then you achieve true balance. Because
right.
some people say, ah, just do the food.
Mm-hmm.
And some people do, ah, just do with the movement. But if you do both, and then you're better off. You have a better chance.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. I agree.
And also what you said, right, is that the right type of food, because you could have food is food, but you could have the wrong type of food that's not moving your blood, and that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So that's why I think that you probably like Daryl said and my wife said, that separates you from the rest.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. Ray has a question there, you guys.
Ray
How do you
Jones.
compensate for the preservatives? Do your products need to be consumed used in less time?
It depends. So there's a couple of things. We use vinegar, which is very traditional, to acidify, and then there's a way to preserve things using heat. And so the combination of a little bit of acidity and heat, for instance, for our hot sauces, they last forever. I mean, we have to put a shelf date on there, but honestly, they last forever.
Wow.
And we've almost tested that theory with one of the first batches of hot sauce that I found
You still have it
in the
from
back of our
2020?
warehouse a few months ago. That's one natural way. And then there are some natural preservatives. They're just more expensive a lot of times. But a very, very, very common one is like a citric acid. Technically, that is, it's all natural. It is a natural preservative. So there's ways to be more natural and still preserve food for an extended period of time. And just how you prepare it a lot of times is a key component.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, when a food is lasts less time than something else, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Because take, for example, you have your fruits and your vegetables that are really good for you to consume. It's not necessarily a bad thing that it doesn't last 4 months. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, even if it did, and that were the case with the products, I always say the fresher, the better.
Exactly. And it doesn't decompose. So certain things that are not preserved naturally, or that, you put into your system, it doesn't decompose even when you put it in your system. So where is the nutrients? If the nutrients are not able to be extracted, which is the whole point of eating, is to extract the nutrients, then how are you going to sustain long term? And then you see a lot of different diseases rearing their head because of the lack of nutrition from 5 years old, 10 years old, 20 years old.
Yeah.
And the body does keep the score.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's something to think about,
Yeah.
because we brought a nutritionist to the gym,
Mhm.
and and because the kids now, I mean, the way they're eating, they don't realize that it's affecting even the way they feel.
Yes.
Their emotion.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's affecting their emotion because of the way they eat. Some of them are eating well, some of them are eating bad.
Red dye 47 or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But
Yeah.
that is a good concept.
And if you think about sugar with these kids with ADHD, behavioral problems, emotional intelligence issues, a lot of times it's a direct reflection from a lot of the dietary habits that they have and that they've been passed down.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a huge piece of a lot of things going on with today's youth, especially.
Hmm. How did you get into homeopathic, Martin?
You know, it's again, I believe I have to give that to my parents. I believe
Okay.
it's my upbringing, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
being of Jamaican descent, you know, we're accustomed to herbs, you know, strongback, chaka, maca. You know, there's certain herbs that we are accustomed to. So, I'm accustomed to, if we were ever sick, you know, my mother would beat up some garlic and put it in some honey with some eucalyptus, and we would have to eat that nasty thing, right? So, so I was broken into that,
Mm-hmm.
and I was never a child that was on medicine, like constantly. You know, pills was not the first resort,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was always a curious kid, and I've always kept that curiosity even now as a man, to really understand, why does that work better? Why,
Mm-hmm.
if there's a pill for this issue, and there's also something that God made for this issue, why am I taking the pill? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And then, learning the the science behind taking certain medicines, and it actually it's not treating the illness, it's just covering the symptoms of it,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
some of those things. So, my dad, I've always heard my dad used to, my dad had always had these parables, and he'd always said, your food is your health. You are a representation of
Yes.
your
Absolutely.
Yes.
you're a representation of what you eat. And just so all of those things. So as I grew older, the science of it, and really learn it, then I just really became obsessed with it, and really making sure that I'm taking care of my body. And I was an athlete, so I played basketball. I did those things, and I didn't like to get sick, so I made sure I didn't get sick. And I just made sure to stay on top of my health. And I've been blessed enough to study it enough that I can help others, and
Awesome.
even more than myself benefiting from it. It's really given me peace to know that I've been able to help a lot of people just by what I've been able to research. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
Awesome.
that's been the
Do you
blessing.
know
What a
Suzanne?
team. What a
Suzanne?
team, huh?
Say that one more time.
Suzanne Sager,
Suzanne Sager?
I need some grape juice. That's what
Oh,
she
oh,
Hey,
okay.
Sue.
Oh
I
my
got
God.
you.
Sue, we
I
love you.
got you.
Love and miss
said.
you.
Aw.
Oh, that's
So
my
I
brother,
actually
man.
posted the link for the website in the comments once again. So to our viewers, make sure you guys go to the website, and can they find the events that are coming up at the lounge on the website as well?
Yeah, follow us on Facebook. That's the latest and greatest always. The latest and greatest is
Uh, what is the Facebook?
oh, go ahead,
Uh,
Martin.
It's seasoned delicious foods.
yeah.
Actually,
I
if you
found it.
the hyperlink to it is season 2017. If you
I
want to
got
go
you.
directly to it. Yep.
I will copy that. We're going to post it right now in the comments. How
Yes,
about
sir.
that?
Alrighty. Yeah, everybody like the page, share it. We also our Caribbean Carnival,
Oh, yes.
Facebook page is Hudson Valley Caribbean Carnival. And
Hudson Valley.
and you
Yeah.
do not want to miss it. You don't want to miss that. This year's going to
When,
be it's gonna be major.
when is that coming up?
August 17th.
August 17th. I
Yes.
like that number, 17.
Yes.
I
Yes.
I used to like that number, then I hated it.
Okay.
But I still like it. I still like it.
I think okay. Perfect. We've got it right
I tell
here. I'm going to post that as well.
I tell you another time why that number has meaning for me.
Okay, sir. Okay, so to our viewers, once again, I just posted 3 comments in the comment section. So the first one is for the website, Season Delicious website. There it is. Then the next one is for the Season Delicious Facebook page. The one I'm sharing now that should be popping up momentarily is for the Caribbean Carnival. Boom, there it is.
Yeah.
It was such a pleasure meeting you guys.
What, we're leaving?
Looking forward to meeting you guys in person
Yes.
As
Yes.
are we.
and having some hot sauce.
All
Yeah,
right. So when you come, I have a treat for you too. I have a treat for
Yeah,
you.
we're probably gonna order some of the stuff too before we go over there.
All right.
Because I was watching again. Let me show you a picture of the products.
Oh, you
yeah.
know what? We have a business networking event happening as well on the 2nd. So
One
if you guys want an excuse to come and do some business, that's a good one.
Absolutely.
the
Oh.
second is okay, so that's a
Thursday.
Thursday. That's this Thursday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday is a questionable day. So
It's a tough day for
it's
us.
a tough day, yeah.
Well, don't stress it. Don't stress it. I'm just giving everybody options.
We had tiny type class on that day.
The baby.
Poetry is a lot more fun than business networking, though. I agree.
We had tiny tats. They're 2 years old, and
They were both. Did you
Yeah.
post the picture of the I didn't see it. I had my head down.
the pictures. You want to see
Yeah.
the picture? Yeah, because
Boy,
they're
look
those
at
are the
that.
products.
I am really like a huge jam and preserves person.
And look
so
at that avocado.
that is definitely going to be like at the top of my list.
Yes.
And the best part of all of this is this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh
There's
God.
a song that said, "I love will keep us together, but love also make us better."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and love is what creates everything. Every foundation comes from there, come from love.
Absolutely.
If you do it for the money, you get money, but you don't have peace.
Yes.
But if you do it for the love, you know, you do it with a smile on your face. It's like if I had to back in to make my wife happy, it's different than if I back in because I want her to be happy.
Right. Right.
Confucius has spoken. Get your fortune cookies.
She thinks I'm confused. That's what you call me, Confucius.
Thank you guys
What
so much
pleasure
for coming
talking
on Tweed Talks. It has been such a pleasure. And like I said, we look forward to meeting you guys in person.
Looking
Thank
forward
you
to
so
it. Thank
much.
you so much.
Looking forward.
Thank
Have a great night.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
All right. Take care.
Bye bye. Another great show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, we missed last week, and I feel like it's been so long since I've been online. It
Yeah,
hasn't been.
and yeah, we did the last show. The show's coming up. We have some shows, and might as well tell that one of them is going to be on a Sunday. One of
Okay,
our
do you
shows.
want to make that announcement now?
You could.
Okay, so we have a really, really special show coming up, you guys. And the date of that show is actually going to be, so instead of the 20th, which is Monday, it is the 3rd week of May. Instead of the 20th, we're going to have the show on Sunday, May 19th. And I just want to let you guys know, you better have your tissues ready.
Yep, this is it.
But next Monday, May 6th, Dario Saraceno is coming back on. He was on during the very early version of Tweed Talks, during season 1, a phenomenal musician and dear friend of ours. So he's going to be coming on to join us once again, and we are so excited to have him back on. So I posted the link for the website there. I know as soon as we log off, my husband and I are going to go get on the computer and order some
I was gonna order yesterday, but we.
Order something.
Hey, look, Young Min.
Young Min is on. I'm very
How
sorry
you
about
doing?
anniversary. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, we didn't do a show last week because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole week I was so thinking about her,
Mm-hmm.
and we were gonna do a show as a tribute to her,
tribute show.
but I just couldn't do it that day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but thank you for that, Yomi.
Mm-hmm. Daryl says, "Have a great week. Can't wait." Daryl, did you place your order already?
Yeah, I think he did. He was on the website.
Suzanne mentioned the grape juice, and I have been juicing everything.
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. You're making that too.
I went into ShopRite, which is where we typically get our fruit from.
Yeah.
And I see this fruit all the time, a papaya,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I'm gonna juice the papaya.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut it open, and the one thing I like about juicing a papaya is typically when you juice a fruit, you have to juice a lot of it.
Uh-huh.
If you get one papaya, you can get quite a bit of juice. So now that's one of my favorite things to juice, but you have to be careful because sometimes it's not ripe enough. So it's not, I shouldn't say this, sometimes it's not really ripe and it's not super sweet. Then you can just throw like some grapes in it or an apple or something like that.
I know. I kind of looking kind of crazy right now because I was looking for something.
Those are pictures of you. That's
okay.
Dario.
Okay, so here we go.
I don't know. He put something up in front of my face, and
yeah, I was looking for something, but this
let's
is Dario.
never do that again.
Dario and the Clear.
Banquet of Noise. Dario is so talented, and we are so happy to call him
new
friends.
album.
Yeah, his new album dropped, and wait till you guys hear what he went through when he wrote the album.
When he wrote the album, it's very interesting.
Show a couple of comments.
Yeah, very interesting.
Daryl said he started, but he didn't finish.
Yeah, that.
Oh, Young Man, I remember that.
What's that?
I remember she lost her dog. I remember that when she told me that. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Young Man in ages. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you talk to her all the time.
I did. I'm gonna have to reconnect because I believe in doing things like that. Just reaching out to people because you never know. You just don't know. You got to keep those connections.
Yeah.
Daryl, go back to the website and check out. I know you left the items in the cart because I do the same thing.
We're going to go right after. Actually, we may even stop over there and just pick it up.
Ooh.
Yeah. But, there's a couple of restaurants we have to go to, though. We have to go to Brian.
I know. When are we going? You're so
busy. You're busy over there
doing
murder mystery.
That was me.
Murder mystery, and we didn't get to talk about that today.
I know. I'm a little bit sad about that.
When why are you taking my water? When we come back with Dario, we'll touch on that and the place that you did the last couple of times. People telling me how somebody told me yesterday how talented my daughter is, and I said that's my wife.
And it's funny because the murder mystery, this is the second murder mystery I've done, and each time I've played the widow of
a 90-year-old. Somebody
typecast again. But I think the show on the 13th.
Oh.
We don't have anyone for the show on the 13th, so I think we should talk about your books. And your event that you have coming up on the 19th.
Okay, we will do that.
And I think we should talk about my shows and do some. So let's interview each other.
We're gonna interview each other, and we want you guys to come in. And I don't know if Louise is still there, but Louise was in the hospital.
She was.
Yeah, she was in the hospital. So I meant to say, but we went into the conversation. So Louise and. We pray for you that you get better.
Sending our love to you, dear friend.
Actually, the month coming, because we're talking to Lorenzo,
Lorenzo and Kayla, yeah.
And then Janine is gonna come on the show as well, but not that on that day, but later on.
Yeah.
And she also went through a hard time. She had cancer, and this is not the first time with her. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, this is So she agreed that she's gonna come on. She actually left to Mexico to do some alternative medicine. Yeah. So people, take care of yourself out there.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And with that, again, we're gonna say love, peace, and harmony.
I'm gonna go feed this guy.
And we'll see you. I gotta go have some.
Oh, young man, thank you so much. I know we talked about Lorenzo.
We talked about him before.
So we're gonna have him on Sunday, May 19th. Him and my dear friend Kayla, who literally, you guys, I have to tell you this, and young men will know where I'm coming from, and so will Daryl. They both got the call and the transplant during Holy Week leading up to Easter.
Yes.
Mind blown. So when we're going to have them both on the same show again, Sunday, May 19th at 7 p.m. It's a little bit different because they have a lot of medical appointments that they have to have during the week. So that's why that show is going to be different, but
different day.
Yes. Next week,
different show too, but different day.
Next Monday, Dario Saraceno. May 13th, Pedro and Crystal Tweed interview each other. And then the following week will be Lorenzo and Kayla.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you guys for watching.
Love,
peace, and happiness, right?
Yes.
Harmony.
Bye-bye.